Welcome, everyone.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. Hi. I know the weather is shitty and it doesn't inspire growth, but thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for coming to Poppin Off Pink live. The weather turned out nice today, right?
Yeah, I was sweating when I was going places, so that's a good sign.
Yeah. We have a good-looking audience. I feel like people say that a lot, but I really want to tell you guys, you're very sexy.
Yes. A lot of y'all are Tumblr ready.
Very much so.
Really bloggable people.
Hashtag melanin, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you've listened to the podcast. Okay. So what do you have right now? You have bad bitch hysteria. I don't hear it.
I don't think they have it.
I don't think you guys have it yet. Y'all had too many chicken wings. It's okay.
No, I think they're just trying to see they're just let's just see what these bitches are doing. Let's just see if they're gonna fuck up and be a mess. It's okay. We got nosy neighbors.
So all the new people. I'm Chi.
I'm Kimber, and I'm here.
And normally we say you're tuned in to Bad Bitch Hysteria Radio, but you're here live.
Right.
So you're here Poppin Off Pink. Why is that important? Because it's the only podcast that's hip-hop led by your illustrious co-hosts, ourselves, women.
Yes.
So welcome to the Dollhouse, fellas.
Hi, guys.
If you didn't get pat down at the door, then our producer is not doing her job back there with the bunny ears. One housekeeping note, if you post anything on social, please use the hashtag Women Talk Hip Hop. That's Women Talk Hip Hop.
Yeah, because people are trying to steal our shit before it even becomes a thing.
That's our shit.
Yeah, so, just hashtag it as a courtesy, I guess.
So some of you know us personally, but I think it's important to put Kimber on the spot, and she's going to put me on the spot. So before we have our special guest, I'm going to ask her 3 questions. She does not know what the questions are.
Okay.
And then she's going to ask me some.
I am.
And hopefully be kind.
Not really.
So if you're going to live the brand, Kimber, bad bitch hysteria.
Oh, my goodness.
Tell these people what makes you a bad bitch.
Honey, these eyebrows, these natural lashes.
Yes.
My aspirations, the nothing that I do every day. The luxury of having nothing to do every day.
Okay. I feel that.
Yeah.
She does have gorgeous natural eyelashes. I do not. I struggled to put these on earlier. This is for you because I don't do this often.
Yeah, just living my life is what makes me.
And this beauty mark, that's natural too.
I have multiple beauty marks. I'm basically cookie dough in human form, and that's okay. That's more than okay.
And what's your sun sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh God.
I'm very proud Sagittarius.
Fire.
Yes.
You and Nicki Minaj.
Unfortunately.
That's your sister.
No, she's
Respect
not.
her. That's your sister.
No,
You're both
she's not.
Sagittariuses.
She's in December. I'm in November.
Oh,
I'm on the cusp of Scorpio. There are specifications
There's a delineation.
that separate us, thankfully. However, I do share a birthday with Miley Cyrus down to the year, and it's very embarrassing for me, and I live with it every day, and I just try to triumph and be a better representation for my sign.
But there's got to be something you feel like you connect with Miley and Nick.
No,
Something.
no.
They're both bigger than life. You definitely come with the wisecracks. Come on.
I mean, my wisecracks, though, don't involve, me wearing a strap-on stage, so we can start there.
We wouldn't mind. We wouldn't judge you. I would a little bit.
Come on now. I feel like a lot of Kims in reality TV are also fucking crazy. Like, they also look like shit. So it's like I have this double entendre to balance. Like, being a Sagittarius and being a Kim.
You're also our
just
resident house cat, right?
I am.
Okay. Last question, very important. Anybody who I'm really trying to get to know better and build is very important that I understand.
You trying to build with me now? Or
Yeah,
we're doing,
yeah.
like, a whole
I was
podcast?
like a trial run, you know?
Oh my god.
What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
My favorite ice cream flavor, because I'm an old lady, an old Southern lady, deep down inside, is butter almond.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know about it.
I was
because
gonna say, like, I know butter pecan, but
No.
butter almond.
Butter almond is like the best fucking
Is that like
thing.
a Jamaican
No,
thing?
it's
Okay.
not. But it's the best thing. It's the best thing ever, and I love it.
All right.
Now, your questions were really
Oh,
cute
God.
and really nice, and I kind of went deep here. What is your guilty hip-hop pleasure? What's like the one artist you listen to that goes against everything you believe in?
It's only because of the beats, and I don't listen to
Every
him all
bitch
the
says that.
time.
It's only, I like the beat. Is the beat.
There's
Oh my God,
there's
girl.
a few 6ix9ine songs that, you know, if I'm working out or I'm in the Uber pretending like, you know, I always have to sit in the front in the Uber so I can feel the experience, right? Like, crossing the bridge, like, it goes hard. He's not a lyricist, but, you know, you asked about the guilty pleasure.
You know, like, you grew up in the era where hip-hop was at its prime.
Yes.
And to hear you endorse this
I didn't endorse.
My Little Thug Pony is, like, really...
And I love My Little Pony. So it kind of goes,
They're
no?
like, all of them, like, the tattooed face, like, they're all, like, My Little Cholo ponies.
Yeah.
Like, they're all very... Like, they have their own flavors, their own traits, something to offer. They're all really weird.
Yeah,
and
him,
I'm really
Little
shocked
Pumps,
that
Lil Uzi. I like the Lils. I'm not gonna lie.
that
I love
aesthetic
Lil
thing,
Uzi.
That, is he the one that does that sticky blicky shit? Is that him too?
No.
I can't tell them apart anymore. The next question is, what do you look for in a man?
Oh, someone who's confident.
That's it?
I mean, he has to be funny. But
So what do you look for in a man?
yes,
Like-
that's like the most important, because it's like if you're funny, but then you're like fickle, and then you're like a pussy. Like, I can't. Like, even if you don't know the answer, I need you to have the confidence to make everyone, including myself, feel like you know the answer. She, see?
But what if it's confidence to the point of arrogance?
No,
Like,
there's
where
a
do
line.
draw the- You see,
There's
like,
a line.
I want you to
If you're a Leo,
specify.
you know, you probably crossed that line. But
Oh my lord.
kindness is key, because in the long run, that's what's going to keep you together.
What's gonna keep you guys together though?
Kindness.
Okay.
And being able to talk.
All right.
If I can't talk to you, like,
I thought this would be way more.
what did you? So you
interesting
wanted like
on
rated
the
R
side.
stuff?
No, but you know, like, I don't know.
Okay, you
I
know
guess
I'm a
that's
Libra, and I'm very like fly by the way. Like, there's just got to be the energy. I can't really explain that. Like, I can't put that in bullet
That's
points.
okay.
It's fine.
I love
If
you
you
anyway.
feel the vibe, it's all good. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. So my final question is, what is your biggest accomplishment thus far?
Oh my God, my biggest
Like,
accomplishment.
you're a mother. You're very accomplished from what I've known of you. So, so what is your biggest accomplishment?
I'm really searching for another answer, but honestly, it's my kids. And I just found out yesterday that my oldest got a merit scholarship to Howard University. So
Achievements. Achievements.
and the first thing he knows I'm an asshole. So when I got home, I don't know how, but I like picked him up and I was like, I'm so proud of you. He's like, please don't tell me you're about to cry. I was like, I'm just really proud, and I'm a bit arrogant because that came out of my vagina. So I'm
It's
very
only right.
proud of that.
You bred a champion. It just is what it is. It's your right to endorse that.
So we're gonna move from vaginas to penises. You like that transition? please put your hands together for TNT, also known as Triumph Never Tarnish.
Yes, gonna pump some life into you hoes. It's time to wake up. Who's the lead singer or the lead guy?
Not the
Who should we be
Jacksons.
focused on? Okay.
You gotta focus on all three, baby.
Okay.
You gotta get in close, guys.
Okay.
Get comfortable.
Yeah, man, we gotta make
Johnny, don't worry.
I ain't mad at you.
What? Oh.
Can you introduce yourselves, please?
Of course.
I'm gonna pass it around.
My name is Scully. How y'all doing? Music producer of the group. First member of the group. Well, member of the group.
first. Yeah, he was the first. I usually have a whole spiel, but I just say my name's Supreme, the second member of the group. You know, I was here second, not first.
So what makes you supreme?
Oh, you gotta listen to the music, man.
Okay.
It explains itself.
Okay. I just didn't know supreme comes second. That's all I'm asking.
Oh, you see what you did there? Well, good night, everybody. I'm Mr. Sly Spitter, third member of the Gang Gang Gang. Brooklyn representative, all day, every day. Don't y'all forget that.
You also the light skin one in the group. Try to catch that.
All right, so tell me who wants to take this question. First, we're gonna talk about SouljaBoy.
Hey, Big Draco.
Big Draco.
SouljaBoy.
SouljaBoy has been out here talking a lot of shit. Some good, some bad, depending on your personal opinion.
A lot of shit.
Don't react to this, Kimber, because I know you're a Kanye stan. But
Absolutely.
he basically read Kanye for filth. I'm not quoting here, but he says he wears oversized clothes like a bum and charges $1,500, and he never did anything outside of music except make some really whack ass shoes.
You're gonna make me flip this whole table.
He called out Drizzy, and he came with receipts that he copied his flow, and he had samples of both. He came for DJ Academics, and he talked about his multiple streams of income, to which DJ Academics looked completely confused like a deer in headlights. And then later on Twitter clarified and said, no, I just wanted to know why he had like so many businesses, not in a negative way. And then Ariana Grande apparently borrowed from not just Big Draco, but also 2 Chainz, and I think I'm missing somebody, for her latest song. So who wants to talk about SouljaBoy first?
Yeah, I took my Big Draco.
You're last.
Yeah, I have to be. Because what the fuck?
Big Draco. What's up? What you want me to say about the king?
What's your thoughts?
I think SouljaBoy stating facts. I think his influence went underrated. Because when I was, how old was we, 16?
Yeah.
I was wearing the big shirts. I was cranking that SouljaBoy. And then after that, they had like Crank That Batman, Crank That Spider-Man. Like, he was like the most successful ringtone seller. But he never really got credit for it. It was like, oh, that shit whack. He killing hip-hop.
Right.
But now you look at Lil Pump, you look at Lil B, you look at all these little dudes now, they kind of copied off what he did. You know what I'm saying? Trendsetter. Big Draco.
Good points.
I'm gonna just say I agree with you. I'm a KanyeWest stan as well. But Big Draco is Big Draco, man. You know.
I can agree
he's
with
the
that.
guy.
I can agree with that.
Come on, Drizzy took his whole flow. He made Drizzy.
How many shots?
Exactly.
Yeah, like, I don't know about that.
Oldie chat.
Okay.
One song.
Thank you.
One
like,
line.
one little snippet.
One little snippet. But SouljaBoy, he definitely set the tone for a lot of things in hip hop. He was probably plotting on that shit for a minute, because that nigga was mad quiet and then just came back with all the receipts.
And new music.
And new music. So I think it's at the end of the day, he's thinking facts, but it's also a little marketing strategy, I think. Something's on the way for him this year.
Let Kimber.
But I do agree on the Kanye thing, though. Kanye is raping everybody, bro.
No, wait, hold
Bro,
up. Wait, let's
he's
talk.
raping
No.
everybody,
Let's
son.
let's talk about it. No, hold that mic. Let's talk about Kanye. So how you feel like he raping everybody?
Bro, you not that ass.
I'm dead ass.
You want to know, bro?
I want to know.
How many people in here got Yeezys?
What's up? How many people in here got Jordans?
Bro, that's not the point. The point is,
I don't get
Kanye. I'm not gonna get into the conversation.
Don't, because I will elbow
That's a
you
whole
in the
other
mouth,
conversation.
and I don't even know
That we
you.
was talking about Big Draco first, but listen.
Big Draco.
SouljaBoy set the tone for a lot of things, but I also think he has some ulterior motives with that. I think it's all part of his big scheme, but it's working. It's working. It's definitely working.
Kimber?
What do you have to say? You stressed out about Soulja.
Like the way I'm about to flip the fuck out and just ransack this entire venue. The fact that SouljaBoy has anything to say about Kanye West
Oh, God.
does
Here
not
we
sit
go.
well with me. First and foremost,
Preach.
I do not credit the success of Lil Pump and whoever else, SouljaBoy. I'd say Riff Raff is responsible for letting these guys come out with their multicolored My Little Pony hair and whatever else, and Riff Raff was the best to do it because all of them are shit. Second, Kanye is just a different tier on his own. No matter where he is now or how anyone feels now, you cannot deny that you were all deep-throating his dick and balls for the past 6, 7, 8, 9, however many albums. And he has set trends, and he will continue to set trends. Even in his demented state, he has dementia, I'm sure. But he is still killing it in these streets.
Oh no! Wow!
And as a Yeezus stan, I will completely endorse that, no matter who says what. But Soulja, like, coming for him is just way out of bounds. I just want to give Soulja a Pedialyte and some prayer.
So wait, did he come for the music too, or just the clothing?
It doesn't matter, because whatever Kanye does, everyone's doing.
We don't wear.
And
we don't
people
wear,
will buy
we
it.
don't wear
People
MAGA
have
hats.
spent their rent money on Yeezys.
He don't sell MAGA hats.
We don't wear MAGA
But he
hats.
don't sell it.
Alright, you got it.
Like, it ain't Ralph though, and everyone said it for like weeks, for like years. People are still like, he said cray, and everyone said cray. Like, it's just, people are so fickle, and it pisses me off. That's all I have to say about it. I'm just,
All right.
like, I'm a little mad. I can't.
Everybody gargle, because apparently we all had Kanye's dick and balls in our mouth.
Absolutely.
We talked about Drizzy, so I'm going to transition to Drake. He's the breakup to makeup guy because he made up with Meek Mill conveniently, and around the same time made up with Breezy after they were throwing bottles at each other in the club over a certain
Busting up the greenhouse.
Bajan Beauty.
Busting up the greenhouse.
What do you think about him and his newfound friends again? Is he doing this opportunistically, or is he really just trying to make amends?
I think it's a combination of both. But it was definitely a chess move. You know what I mean? Because at Drake's point in his career, like, he's really, his numbers speak for themselves. You know what I mean? He's a phenomenal artist. And at this point, he's so high up that he doesn't really need anyone else that high up not on his side. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. He's at war with so many other things. I don't think he wants more in that area.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
This was that. He got body bombed. He was like, oh shit just got real. I need to have a goon next to me. So he said,
That's a good point.
Meek Mill just came out of jail. Goon, put him next to me. Chris Brown runs with Bloods. Goon, put him next to me. Now what, Push? You can't touch me.
Oh my God.
You got the goons
We
already.
ain't here for push sense though. That's facts.
Nah, I think
What you mean? He did interviews. I'm gonna let you finish.
What
He
interview?
did interviews. He did the Joe Budden podcast.
Well, he said something about
Yeah.
It was 40s.
Listen, man. I think Drake wanted to clear his spirit. I don't think I'm dead ass, bro. I don't think you can't move forward with that much hate in your heart. So, and then plus, from the outside looking in, I don't think them problems was really that big. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know the details of it, but it don't seem like it was like, oh, I'm gonna go see you. I'm gonna see you when I see you. So why not squash it? Me and you had a problem. We could talk it out, and we can hash it out. You know? I am a Drake fan, but I think he just wanted to clear his spirit, so he could, you know, he made God's plan, bro.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. So he got a clear spirit. 2019, Drake.
No comment.
I'm just gonna add, because Drake is also petty. We all know this.
Drake is also a Libra.
He's actually.
He's a Scorpio. See, this is why I'm quizzing her later on Hip Hop Astrology.
Isn't he a
And
Libra?
you
Nah,
guys
he's a whole
cheer for her
October
because she's gonna need your prayer.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's late
the name of
October.
the album was
Wait,
Scorpio.
Don't give her any answers.
No, tell me.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I think it's in the 20s.
All I was gonna add
This
to the
23rd, he's like on the cusp of Scorpio and Libra.
He's on the cusp.
We
I don't
are
know. I
not-
don't know if it's the 23rd.
astrology's later.
If it's on the cusp,
No more astrology. No, he has fallen out with Nicki and obviously not on good terms with Rihanna. So I also think that given these are their exes, he likes to be petty. I think that's another.
I'm gonna just Google it.
While he was clearing his spirit,
You really
he's being
think,
petty.
you think it's that deep?
It's.
I mean, that
Do
was.
you know
that,
how petty this man
I
is?
mean,
These are the excuses
He's
Libras
like
make
the
for each other.
lieutenant. He's
I'm a
not
Libra. I'm a Libra. I'm just saying.
Me too.
So I gotta stand for my
It's
fellow.
Libra shit.
So I'm gonna say a term that I don't think many of you have heard. Raise your hand if you've heard it. Some people have said it. Toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Oh, you've heard it?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. I'm being facetious, obviously, but a new term that I've been hearing the past week and a half or so, and I want you guys' opinion. Is this a thing? And if it is, what does it look like? Is there such a thing as toxic femininity?
Yes.
Oh, you said that too quick. Who wants to start?
I'm gonna tell you, the fact that women height shame men, that's toxic femininity. And I would do it because I'm 5'4". I lost a lot of girls. 'cause
You
they wanted a tall
would. You
dude.
would.
They what else they want? They want athletes. That's toxic femininity. Body shaming. And, I mean, well, when we talk about what they do to men, bro, we're gonna stay there real quick. They body shame us.
Body shaming.
They money shame us.
Yeah.
Not all. When I say they, I don't mean all, of course. I'm
Yes,
saying
clarify,
some. But
please.
yeah, only the toxic ones, exactly. So we go through it, and I feel for my brothers who gotta succumb to this behavior.
I have a question though.
Yeah. Here.
I have a question. So, I noticed that a majority of men want to be treated and revered as kings. And I'm old school. I'm not a feminist. I believe in the structure. I believe there is a natural structure in life in which women are supposed to support, help, and uplift their men. Do you, sir, expect to be treated and revered as a king and not necessarily have to provide or not be tall or whatever? Like, I just want to know what your standards are for a relationship. What's your criteria? And do you feel that, because if you're going to be revered as a king and expect to be treated as a king, then there are king criteria that you have to meet. So I just want to know if you know, like, I want to know where you're at with that.
That's a good question. That's a good question, because when you talk about criteria, I believe it's subjective. And to a toxic woman, those things may be in her criteria.
Mm-hmm.
But to, you know, a woman who's open, like my what's the question you asked? My criteria is you just gotta be open, progressive.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be able to love. That's all.
I like that.
competition.
Able to love or able to baby?
Oh, no, we grown.
Okay. Just making
We
sure.
grown.
Just making sure. Okay.
Any other toxic femininity that you've witnessed?
Nah, not really. But for the men, I can't even say the word, so I'm not gonna try to say the word. It's ridiculous. But for men, we look at it as we have to be like super manly and super aggressive and super muscular. We have to rip a shirt off, and we have to be that provider for women. But in 2019, you might be the girl that's making more money than you, and that's okay. As long as y'all can balance that in the house, where it's like, okay, you're gonna pay this bill, I pay this bill, but you know, you be helping each other. It's not a money grab. It's not a power grab. When you get into a relationship looking for a power grab, you lose. Yeah, that's toxic. Thank you, my brother. Exactly. So I feel like in 2019, you're gonna see that word a lot. You're gonna see that word being used for men and women, and hopefully, men, you know, simmer down a little bit. It's cool. Let your girl take control every now and then. Just know when to take the control back and hold it down.
Let me add on to that as I balance on my Libra scale. It truly makes sense, bro. It's literally all about balance. I feel like each partner can take the lead. They just have to know when. You know what I mean? And that money thing is really a power trip. But it's how we were brought up. Ultimately, the man constantly providing, and women still trying to make a name for themselves, even in certain areas. Like you guys even talked about, you guys coming up with the podcast and everything else. Like it's still certain areas where women are just not fully accepted. You know what I mean? But granted, we all have a voice. You know what I mean? We all provide. So you got options, but things are turning around. Honestly, I see it.
Kimber,
What?
is there such a thing? Is toxic femininity just something that they're coming up with to go against the toxic masculinity campaign, or is that a real thing?
Honestly, I feel like as long as women try to do anything, there will always be those men out there that feel away and have to have a rebuttal against what we're doing. And in recent, I can't even say recent weeks, a couple days ago, not even like 24 hours ago, Distinguished the God, shout out to him, shout out to X, shout out to Dad Hats and Bow Ties. He shared a video in which he described that a woman was raped in a public venue. And I feel like as long as we try to fight and go against those particular things, it'll always be misconstrued as us trying to undermine or overpower or we hate, and it's exhausting. So of course, there will always be opposition. It's just life. It's just how shit rolls, I guess.
I agree, and I saw, unfortunately, coverage of that incident, and
I don't want to see that.
I didn't see that. I saw coverage of it. I didn't see the actual video. I can't watch that. No.
Because people are fucking sick.
Yeah,
and
I think
stupid.
to your point, it was something that probably started as just like reactive, but it did make me think about what would those traits be if that was a thing. So thank you for weighing in.
Yes.
I have some breaking news that came out today. You mentioned one of these guys earlier. Jay-Z and Meek Mill launched their Reform Alliance. It was a press conference. I didn't have time to watch it because I was trying to put these lashes on. But I got the gist of it. So they're calling on folks to fight different. And for you sports fans out there, there's some owners of teams that are part of this alliance. I think the Patriots and the Nets, and I forget the other one. But their goal is to fix the criminal justice system. Big, lofty goal. But just to kind of bring it down a notch, so their goal in 5 years is to get at least 1 million people out of jail with a focus on probation and parole. So as much as I know we've talked about in other episodes, we're not happy with the state of hip-hop music per se. I think when you look at what's happening from an activism standpoint, whether it's Jay-Z and Meek Mill doing this or them supporting Kaepernick, that's actually something to be proud of. I think we're moving in the right direction, even if we're not big fans of the music right now. Any thoughts on them looking to do this really lofty goal of getting 1 million people out in 5 years?
I think it's dope. Growing up in the hood, you get harassed by police. They look for any reason to throw you in jail and put you in the system. So to see two black men at that level returning back to the hood that they came from and saying, listen, I know a lot of y'all in this predicament because of the way the law is set up. We're gonna try to fix that because prison was set to reform. Well, it's supposed to be set to reform. It doesn't reform anyone. It just could constantly push out more criminals. You could go in there, not a criminal. You made a mistake. You was young. We all make mistakes. You come out a criminal. You come out not be able to get a job, not be able to provide if you have a family. So it's like, what else you gonna do? Revert back to old habits, or find the easiest way to get your come up, which is something illegal. So for them doing this, I think is a good push in the right direction. I think a lot of people that's on probation, like he was, will still on probation, will be amazed by this if it goes through, they get it passed. It would change a lot of their lives. Think about it. People that have felonies can't even vote in certain states. So it's like, how you expect someone to contribute to the community when you taking away rights?
Yeah.
So I think this is dope.
I think it's all a revolving door, you know what I mean? And for them to be in those positions and to give back is the number one thing because they firsthand know what it's like. And, you know, the chances are very slim to none. You know what I mean? Especially growing up in certain areas, you don't even have many options because these are not even exposed to you. So the fact that they're coming together, even especially after Meek Mill went through everything that he went through last year, I think it's a big move for Meek. Because, you know, he's making bigger power moves, and he's actually, like, he always spoke about his situations, but, like, this last situation really made him vulnerable and open up, and, like, let people know that he's human, even though, you know, he's at the level of success that he is, and he still feels, and he still is affected by the law. So, for him to take that vulnerability and give it back into something positive, I think it's a great move to make. It's a good way to direct his energy.
And not to sound too woke, but
Not to sound too woke. Who says that?
that's my disclaimer.
Oh my lord.
But you know, some people are like allergic to woke sometimes.
That's not your
You get too
problem,
deep.
though.
You know, you're right. But just us as a people coming from, you know, like the origins of us here, coming from chains and being ripped away from our families, and then being sold, you know, as 2/3 of a man, and then literally not having our people with us, being separated from, you know, the other people. To kind of now bring it full circle, and these laws are designed to basically keep us in place. To bring it back now, I just love to see the unity and to see that you started where most of us started and you made it out. You know, it's not about your money. It's about the platform that you held, that you build, that you continue to host and bring other people. And Meek, you know, he was on probation and they tried to lock him up. Well, he's still on probation. They tried to lock him up for a Willie. You know, that's just to show injustice. I just love the unity and giving back to us and being that symbolism to say, okay, this is what we doing. Y'all can do it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how deep we was. Prison reform was in a conversation 5-10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's symbolism to show us, like, all right, we can do it. You know, that's really important for me.
Thank you, sirs. My 2 cents to that is obviously it's a huge step in the right direction. I hope in the next decade or so we start reforming education, which in a lot of places is a pipeline, unfortunately, to prison. So kudos to Jay-Z and Meek.
I'm glad y'all can be so happy.
What were you saying, ma'am?
I'm glad that all of you can see Oh my god. Well, clearly, something out there doesn't want me to say what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm glad that you all see the brighter side and the better side. You know, Meek Mill, the sea otter, I can cut him some slack because he was, in fact, you know, in some, like, criminal, court-related, law-related things. But Jay-Z, he gets on my fucking nerves. I'm going to do it because he gets on my fucking nerves. I feel like he's on a Nimbus cloud, coasting down Snake Way, and he doesn't know shit about shit anymore, and he doesn't know what's going on. And I don't know, I just don't believe that there's anything genuine in what Jay-Z does. But that's just me.
Can I ask you a question?
As a Kanye fan.
Oh, God.
At what point do you feel like things became ingenuine? Like, what?
Disingenuine?
Disingenuine, yeah. At what point you feel like?
At all points, but that's just me. And I just had to say that. So.
I think you have a personal bias.
Absolutely.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z gets a little flack for being, and he says it, he's a businessman.
Yeah, like I just don't believe anything I just don't believe him.
And put some respect on Meek Mill.
I
Mickey
did.
looks like a sea otter.
I understand where he's
just
coming
celebrated
from.
MLK.
I said
He looks
that.
like MLK too, so let's give him his props.
You know, 5th grade school picture, Meek Mill. I give him.
Who wants
credit.
to hear some music? Some live music.
Ended before I started. Woman broken hearted. Lately I'm so departed. Proud to be an artist. Many question my choice. But I represent those that never had a real voice. I put my life on paper, man. Chapter 25, most people die now. But live to 85, slip and slide, screams loud when I always get inside. Best of times, perfect girl, just not the perfect time. How unfortunate, selfishness is the cause of it. I could never touch shit but only have my heart in it. Put my all in this, ready to risk it all for this. By the age of 5, I could have been inside an orphanage. Y'all don't get me, there's no need to compete. Praying on my downfall, I want you up on your feet. It's nothing to me. Real can never go out of style. I kill them with kindness, I hope they die with a smile. Back! Shots fired and they can't get rid of him. Only thing stress is my denim in. Stacking up $1 million, trying to last 3-4 millenniums. Oh my, what's gotten into him? I don't ever take shit for granted, I take advantage to live so lavish. Getting shit as status is here, my nigga, I be in Paris, eat a fucking Danish, sipping tea. I feel so faddish. All this temporary shit, y'all just come and vanish. Y'all like discipline, I'ma let the real come in. Like my girl's honey brown cinnamon, spitting sweet synonyms. New mindset, change positioning. And when the team stopped asking for permission, man, we became great. Slide.
My brother. Thank you, Poppin Off Pink, for the platform, man. Shout out to y'all. But I'm gonna come with an acapella too, my name is Scully. Only surrounded by the things that I'm astounded by. Good energy I'm surrounded by. Anything I need, my people got me by the time I count to 5. That type of brotherhood can't be quantified. Look, I'm overqualified. You see, we stretching dimes, double meaning. Run it back, you might catch it the second time. Let me give a quick remind. These people bugging, get the pesticide, spray it, make them step aside. They hate it that we next in line. My obligation is be vocal for the voiceless, marry my decisions, commit to all my choices, nurture my relationships, and make my lady moisture. She love it when I use my tongue, treat her like an oyster. Yeah, this shit a dumpy by the time I get the Scully body bag. I ain't kidding, but with guppies. I never think I'm lucky, I just think the man above me, never mad. Cause I know my life the farthest thing from ugly. I jump a gym and jump between the topics in these exercises. I'm prolific when I'm rhyming, ain't no surprises. You had the choice to show me love, but you criticizing. I move in silence like I'm Ninja God, and every chance I get reminded. I celebrate life whenever I get the chance. I drink liquor out the bottle, fried chicken with my hands. That's all I got. That's in my plans. Thank you.
Yes, it's my turn. Can I get one of you beautiful ladies to come? We do things a little different.
Okay.
And I'm the light skinned one.
Listen,
You had a long day, let me run you a bath. You run through my mind, so I made you a path to the master suite. You ain't gotta walk, rest your feet, create a scene and the rest of me. Treat you like a queen, have you in Rome. Picasso, I could be your mom. They can never leash your features, no copy paste is your word. I'm trying to fit it in your patent. Call you Mr. Lance when I dive in. Call you Mr. Lance when I dive in. Need for speed the way we drive in. Need for speed the way we need for speed the way we switch positions. Motion pictures, I can see the vision. Rose pedal to your destination. Got your favorite scent for your meditation. Make it last with no hesitation. Spoil you with no expiration.
Please, big applause for TNT for blessing the mic and talking to our crazy asses.
Welcome back, friends. Thank you for all the love on social media. Quick reminder, please use the hashtag Women Talk Hip Hop. That is our hashtag, ours and ours alone. That's Women Talk Hip Hop. I'm gonna put Kimber in the hot seat real quick because she thinks she knows astrology and she does not. You ready?
Sure.
All right.
Back to the antics.
Well, since we talked about him earlier, Meek Mill, what's his sign?
You see, now, the thing about it is, you asked me about astrology, but the people I don't give a shit about.
That's the point.
But I'm going to guess that Meek Mill is either an Aries or a Taurus.
He's a Taurus.
Okay. Ugh, no wonder I don't like him. He's so annoying.
LL Cool J.
LL Cool J. I feel like he's either a Virgo or...
One answer.
No, like I'm guessing. So it can't be just one.
You have to give
I
a
feel
final
like
one, though.
if he's not a Virgo, he's a Capricorn.
Both earth signs. He's a Capricorn.
Bet money on me. Bet on me.
Wheezy.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
He's weird and he's really like trippy. So if he's not a Libra or a Cancer, he's an Aquarius.
He's a Libra.
Okay.
As soon as you said weird, you should have known. I'm a Libra.
I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I need a real Drake fan to help her out here. Okay? What's Drake's sun sign?
Okay, so his sun sign is Scorpio. He's born on the 24th, which is a day after the Libra and Scorpio cusp. But I was under the impression that he was in fact a Libra. But that explains why him and Nicki Minaj didn't go anywhere, because he's a Scorpio.
All right, let's talk about some women.
Sure.
Lil' Kim.
Lil' Kim is very insecure and very strange. So if Lil' Kim isn't a Pisces or a Cancer, she's gotta be a Scorpio.
Okay, so you went with all water signs. She's a Cancer.
Yeah.
Your favorite, Cardi.
I don't care what Cardi is, and I don't acknowledge her birthday or her birth date or her debut or anything of that matter. She's really loud. I'm guessing she's an Aries.
She's actually a Libra.
Okay. Like my least favorite Libra because I love Libras and she's just
Your
grating.
other favorite artist, or at least one of mine, Kendrick Lamar.
I don't like Kendrick Lamar. His voice is really annoying, and I don't really want to know what he is, but I'm guessing he's got to be something irritating to me, like a Taurus.
Let her keep talking.
or
Something irritating to you. Well, he shares the same sign as your fave,
so he's a
Kanye.
Libra.
He's a Gemini.
Okay. I guess.
Mhm.
He's just really annoying, and I've never really cared to get to know him. So.
And we're going to end it with our final guest, 50 Cent.
50 Cent is such a disgusting demon out here dragging Tierra Marie for all her rent and bundle money.
She lost to him in court.
I know, but like, damn, don't take it from her. That's all she has.
She
That's
shouldn't have
that
started it.
Peachtree
She
lump
started
sum
it.
money, and he's taking it from her.
She wasted his time.
Tierra's a Sagittarius. This is what I mean when I say that I have like the worst of two things. I have the Kim and I have the Sagittarius, because all the Sagittarius women are fucking up in these celebrity streets, and all the Kims are trash in these celebrity streets. 50 is very vindictive and calculating. So I'm guessing if he's not a Scorpio, he's a Virgo or an Aries. No?
You were doing so good. I'm still very proud of you. But he's a Cancer.
Aww.
Your bae
He's a
is
David
also a
player?
Cancer.
Okay, now it makes sense. Because 50 is like ridiculous. Ridiculous with the ridiculous with the revenge plots. It makes sense now.
All right, so that's a good segue. Because we're going
passed.
to talk
I
about
passed
something
the test.
ridiculous. But give it up for Kimber, filling out all the horoscopes for hip
Bet
hop.
your money on me. You'll
So
get good money.
we are past the 30-day mark for this government shutdown. Our
Someone said,
reality star in chief with like $5.7 billion for this wall, and he's offering up a 3-year DACA extension.
Did you just say wah?
Wall, yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think? Fair? There's 800,000 federal workers affected by this.
I'm a hippie at heart, and I think the government and everything else is all bullshit. And all of these antics are all bullshit. And I feel like we as people really have the power. And if we decided that the leaves on trees would be our currency, we'd all be rich, and that would be it, and we would be done. And I'm just over it. I'm over it all. Like, politicians, I listen to them make their speeches, and they just sound crazy and delirious to me. They all sound like they do coke and, like, Valium and wash it down with scotch and whatever else they have. Like, I'm just waiting for everyone else to catch up to where I'm at.
I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I'm with you with the whole government
Yeah,
thing.
like,
However, that means I have to keep my eye on everything that's happening. So I think from just a pure political, like I want a second term, I want to get my base out there to vote, he's trying to deliver on one of his big promises to get the wall up. That's why he's like, oh, I'll extend DACA for 3 years. I don't care how long it takes. Because we always, I don't think we will in this case, but we usually, no matter how horrible the president, we don't like switching presidents. We love to give people second terms for some reason.
First of all, fuck the Home Depot fence that he's trying to build. Second, how can you be a conspiracy theorist and be pro-voting? Because to me, none of that shit matters. It's all electoral college. It's all premeditated.
Where did you get pro-voting from that?
You said you encourage people to vote. So
No,
I'm
I
just like,
said we collectively as a country don't like to change presidents.
But before
Just giving that history.
But before that, you said something about voting. What was that?
I only had one drink and I don't remember.
Well, in any case, I think it's all bullshit. And
Well,
I'm exhausted.
who's hit the hardest with this?
Of course, the people, but that's what they want, and that's what they profit off of. They
Working
profit
class
off of us being sick.
people,
They profit
yeah.
off of us working. You know, we're just all hoes on the stroll, and that's the bottom line.
Yeah, did y'all know Secret Service, Department of Homeland Security, like all that's unfunded right now. But I do want to, we did shout them out. We shouted out an organization in Philly that was giving out free food and everything for the government employees, and they weren't the only ones. So I do think it's an unfortunate situation, but on a positive note, we've seen a lot of folks pull together to try to help out the government workers who are still not being paid.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the least we can do is care about each other, and that's where it all really starts. We can't depend on our government to give a shit about us, because they don't. They only care about their fucking Bermuda vacations and their villas and whatever else they can get out of this country. They don't give a shit about anything else, and that's why they are where they are and we are where we are.
All right.
And I'm over it.
We'll keep them in prayer. Add them to the prayer cloth. I need someone from the audience who looks like they have they're gonna get an inheritance or something.
Mandy, come through.
One girl,
with
one
your
guy.
Your balayage. What's
Hi,
going
Mandy.
on?
How are you?
And
Chad,
Chad, the lifeguard.
Chad, the lifeguard.
AKA
Come on.
Fred.
No, he's not.
It's a long
terrible thing
inside
that
joke
X,
story.
Blessed him with that title, and now I can't shake it. I don't even know his real name.
Sorry.
He's just Chad forever.
All right, so you guys haven't been briefed. So I need you to weigh in here. First of all, do you have an inheritance coming, Mandy?
Do I have an
Yeah.
inheritance?
Yeah.
Not
No?
quite.
I
I'm like
don't-
6 figures of the negative at this point. Yeah.
You got something.
Negative, honey.
No.
You got some stock,
If
something.
no one gives you money for school, you're 6 figures of the negative. So that's where we're at.
Okay.
No inheritance coming.
Are you privileged, Chad? Are you privileged?
The
Have
way
you
I
been-
see it is we're all on our way out. Act accordingly.
I agree with that. We're all on a list. You know, black people are at the top. Next is maybe like Indians or the ambiguous. And you guys are like dead last.
Yes,
But
I
they're
agree.
definitely turning you guys out too.
White privilege is real.
White privilege is from a white person. White
It's real.
privilege is real. Okay.
So what I want you guys to weigh in on is, you may or may not have heard, Rihanna is suing her dad. Rihanna's government name is Robin Rihanna Fenty, and she's
Mad
suing him
Asian.
for the use of the name Fenty, which he, of course, said, how can you sue me for the name I have first? But there's more to it. He's using the name in business, and in some cases, it's alleged he said he's booked her for performances that she has no idea about. So what do you think about her suing her dad for their last name, Fenty?
Do they have a good relationship to start?
No, they don't.
Not at all.
No.
They don't.
Well, it's been, she bought him like a really, I think it was like $1 million home back home in Barbados. It's next to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
She bought him a home.
They've had a tumultuous somewhat, but they've been in good
Yeah.
spots, bad spots, but
'Cause,
not like all
I
bad.
don't know if I'm getting it mixed up with Nicki's story, but I'm pretty sure when she had that special with Oprah where she talked about Chris Brown kicking her ass or whatever, like she mentioned that she had a very tumultuous and scary relationship with her father. Like he was very abusive. And to see that she's like suing him, it's like, yeah, that's your father's
Yeah.
name, but in the
She
same
said her
regard-
dad had been abusive at a point to her mom, but not towards her.
Okay.
Just to clarify.
And wait,
Yeah.
the dad bought the crib next to Jay-Z's?
She said, pick whatever house you want. And that's
That
the one he
seems
wanted. That's
kind
the
of
one she bought.
Provocative, like just antagonizing.
And so he booked shows that she did not agree
Yeah,
to?
he has his
And is
own
that
business,
true?
and he's using it. Which obviously she has the makeup
Sure,
line
sure.
Fenty, which is blown
Right,
up,
right.
and so he's leveraging that and saying,
He's
"Hey,
just
she'll
being
come."
very West Indian. Like, I don't know why there's such a shock about it. Like, he's just being very West Indian. Like, if you make something pop and it's the family name, everyone's gonna scatter and do what they do with it and make what they can from it.
I kind of feel like he should be appreciative she bought him a house, though.
Yes.
Like, that was the thing. Even
It's
if she's
never
using
enough,
his name,
though.
it was her talent that brought her up. It kind of depends on the relationship.
It's never enough. And you know that West Indian parents feel like, you know, they gave you life.
And they did.
So you owe them everything, and that's just it. and they can do whatever they please. I feel like if he didn't contribute directly to her getting to where she is now, then of course, sue him. Sue the shit out of him. If he was a shitty father, sue the shit out of him.
And if he's a user, sue the shit out.
Yeah, like he looks gorgeous. He looks like he used to be that nigga back in the day. So I'm sure he wasn't shit. So by all means, sue him. Sue him until, you know, he has to take the train everywhere. But I'm not shocked by any of it.
Is there something at all about this story that feels wrong about her suing her dad?
Nope. No, given the history.
Where is the love?
If he's an abuser of her, if he's a user, then I say no. If he's been decent towards her and given her opportunities, then I say you shouldn't sue your blood, but it really depends on the relationship.
I noticed that like a lot of black entertainers have that thing where they have the parents that abandon them, and then like when they make it, it's like, oh, I was riding the train and I saw you. I saw your billboard while I was going over the bridge, and I just had to come by and see you, and I'm hungry. Do you have some money?
She introduced Drake to her dad, so he's been around.
Right, and she bought him a house, so now I feel like it's a little awkward to sue. Like, you could probably settle it on your own terms with each other.
It's vindictive. Yeah.
I would settle it with a broken bottle across the state.
Right.
Or a restraining order and not get yourself
just
stuck
take
in jail.
matters into your own hands, really.
Preferably, yes.
Just handle it the old-fashioned family way.
Yeah.
Not that way.
I think that it should be a last resort. We don't know if it's a last resort. I think she should have got, like you said, some type of mediation or tried to push for some type of settlement. That could have happened. But for me, it's like everything you said is right. She's well within her rights. It's just, for me, it's just not it doesn't sit well with me if you're suing.
Because you're not West Indian, you don't understand.
I'm not.
Because I'm sure they had that conversation where they were yelling all kinds of clots and whatever else Bajans say. I don't know what Bajans say, but I know they were cursing each other out and they hung up on each other. So this is what it's come down to. Like, I'm so sure of that.
Okay.
She could egg his house.
We'll see how this develops. I want to talk about SZA, something she said during the holiday break. Get you guys' thoughts.
Her name is so stupid to me.
She said, it's not that bad if I'm talking to a guy trying to get to know him and then he kind of disappears for a couple days. I mean, I'm sure he's busy and he's like important and he's smart, and so I'm just gonna like, that's fine.
Busy.
Is that okay?
Shut up, SZA. Shut the fuck up.
It depends what you want. If you're really interested in him, then no, it's not okay.
That's why she got the weekend.
You're really not that important.
Like, shut up, SZA. Like, you made the side bitch anthem of the year. Like, what? Of course you're lenient. Of course you would accept someone like doing some bad. Like, honestly,
it's not about someone. It's about yourself. Like, why aren't you
you're
more
not
involved
Batman,
with other things than this one person?
Right. Like, if you're not Batman.
I'm not Batman.
If you're not Tony Stark.
I'm not Tony Stark. I'm fucking
then I don't
just doing
hear
my
shit.
thing.
Like, I don't want to. If you're not House or any of these niggas that have like
not even House.
like I don't want to
even own a house.
hear anything about you not being able to get back to me at a certain time. That means you're occupied with someone or something else.
Or
that's
maybe
greater than me.
Like, I'm an introvert. I love my own time. I will walk around miles alone.
So
not
but-
talking to
okay,
anyone.
but if you're
Not you,
excited about
not
someone-
you, not any of you. Myself. Doesn't matter.
But if you're interested in someone,
Then trust me, if I reach out, then it becomes really important.
Exactly.
That reach out is important, and you need to understand that
and that's
reach
the
out
point. She's like,
is
just
important.
be patient, just wait.
Be
but it's
patient.
like, yeah, you
if
can
the reach
wait.
out is there,
sure.
it will be sincere.
But if
You
it's
know.
the beginning, that's when you're the most excited. Like, that's when it's the most full on, I feel like.
And that's when you get to show the most level of maturity, when you understand that you are valuable in and of yourself, and the other person is the same way. So, you know, if it comes to be, say la vie. But
yeah, fuck that, I'm petty.
all right, well, there's your problem. Next question.
I mean, you're not necessarily like entitled to someone's time, but if they are in fact interested in you and they don't have, you know, philanthropic billionaire endeavors that would keep them occupied 25/8, then I don't want to hear the shit. Text me back.
Especially a text, you could at least reply to.
A text.
So you're
It doesn't
putting
take a
yourself
second.
above them.
People
basically.
drive and text. Like, I don't.
Yeah, well, that's fucking outrageous in and of itself. But
Oh my god.
I mean, seriously.
People do
Come
so
on,
many
people are
things,
gonna
find
get
time
other
for
people
so many
killed over
things. I don't want to hear it.
Bye, like, then.
He's just not that interested.
I'm just
Yeah, I
in
was
your
going to say,
Rolodex,
there's a
and
certain level
he's
of
just not that
communication
into
to
you.
show that you're actually interested, and that varies for different people. So for SZA to just say blanketly, you know, it's okay if he's ignoring you for
SZA
2
just
days
takes
or not
anything,
responding.
though.
That's a little bit different.
Obviously, SZA takes other people's dick from them. Like, you know, she shares sex.
Wait, but hold on.
So, like, obviously she doesn't care.
You know, you meet the person first off. How did it go? What was the read that you got off the person in the first place? Do you feel like you immediately need the immediate gratification of them texting back right away? Do you feel like you need that? Like, feel them out. Trust yourself. Trust your gut. Trust the
Right.
other person. How do you really feel about this versus everyone else telling you, yeah, no, it's this way. I need that fucking response. No, you don't.
You don't, but then there's that level of respect, just on a human
Relative.
level. Be it man or woman, there's just that respect.
It's man or woman.
If
And
I
you don't have to
speak
reach
to
out
you-
every day, but to at least answer you.
Again, how did it go in the first place? How did it go? What was the
I don't
initial
trust
read?
this guy. You're up to something.
I'm always up to something. Come on.
Yes, and we're gonna let Mandy
Yeah.
and Fred continue this conversation.
At our own table.
But we are still in the dollhouse, so I want y'all to give it up for Mandy and Fred.
Yay, Mandy and Fred!
Woo woo!
Oh my god.
And we now have a very, very, very special woman joining us.
An amazing woman, an incredible being, a unicorn with hair.
You
made
saw
out of
her when she
orange,
came in.
Sun-kissed Twizzlers.
Yes.
Come through, Rocky.
Rocky Snyda.
I live for you, Rocky. The most amazing. Sit next to me, damn it. I want you next to me. This is important to me.
Hey guys.
Welcome, Rocky.
Hello.
Tell everyone a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Hey guys, so how are you? You guys are like mad quiet.
Be nice to her.
Nah, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm an artist. Oh, I gotta move. Okay, dude. Get in the frame. All right. I'm an artist. I'm a curator. I throw events. I'm a part of like a brand and a collective called Future Legends. I'm a host. I host Body of Arts 5 Minutes Live at the New Eurekan, and I also host Struggle Tuesdays. If you guys heard of any of those things.
Shout out to M4, but it's Ralph though.
Yo, shout out to Ralph. That's so good.
Ralph, we
Can
love
curse on this?
you.
Can you curse?
Yeah, curse.
Oh yeah, he didn't make
Let
it
loose.
nice.
Yeah.
What else? I act. I mean, I don't currently act, but I'm an actress. Yeah, so that's what I do.
Yes,
This is weird.
Ooh. All right, so a couple questions for you, Rocky, before you bless the mic.
I'm rapping?
Are you? I don't know.
Whoa.
I got some questions anyway. Tell us what it means to be confident and what you do to kind of keep yourself there, since you are an artist and you do so many other different things.
I pretend to be confident. I'm really, I mean, I don't know. I'm confident in like certain things, but like for the most part, like there's a lot of artists, you know what I mean, in the world. Like everyone wants to be a rapper right now or an artist. So you kind of just gotta be yourself, even if you're not confident. Sometimes people will enjoy that and respect that, and that almost like helps you become confident. It's like, I feel like some of you guys are like, wow, but yeah, if that means anything.
Have you ever wanted to be a stripper?
Whoa.
Oh. What? Every girl thinks about it, honestly, because it's like, money. Like, think about it, fast money. The only reason why I wouldn't do it, actually, there's many reasons why I wouldn't do it, because I can do something else currently right now. If I really had to do it, then I guess. But like, no shame to like strippers to get your money, that bag, you know.
Just say it. Like, you have actual skills. You have actual things to offer.
No, I wouldn't.
Other than pussy and ass clapping.
Oh, no. Pop that pussy in. Like, you know what I mean? Do what you gotta do to pay. I don't care. Like, no, I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm saying I wouldn't do it because I have
I'm always
nieces,
trying to shade somebody.
and I wouldn't want that to get out to them. And like, even though I feel like that's contradicting, because I'm saying like you do your shit and be liberated, but I don't want my nieces to do it. I don't know. I feel like my whole like branding and stuff like that. If you talk to me on the side, you can get to know me in like that kind of way, like and be like all crazy and crass and stuff like that. But I feel like as a brand, I don't really be like, yeah, fuck sex and all that. You know what I mean? Like, let's do this. Like, nah. But yeah, every girl thinks about becoming a stripper.
You got shit going on, sis. That's all there is to it. You have actual, tangible talent. You have something to offer the world other than clapping ass and popping pussy. That's just it.
Clap that ass. Like, it's okay.
It is what it is.
Hashtag
Make it how you
women
gotta
talking.
do it how you gotta do it. But you obviously have something more to offer.
Are you dating anyone right now?
Oh, God.
She said, oh.
People want to know.
Okay.
All right, so we were talking one dating question that people are saying women need to ask nowadays right up front if it's a concern is if the guy is bi. Is that a question that you ask up front, and would you date someone that was a guy that was bi?
You walked into some shit, didn't you?
My first boyfriend, I hope he doesn't know. I don't know. Whatever. My first boyfriend is you know out now. He's gay. You know. He was like my best friend after a while. But I don't know. I don't know about now if I can date a bisexual man. What does that mean, really? Like, does that mean we're gonna have to bring guys in? Like,
probably.
Are you just gonna love me for
probably
the time?
Not.
Are you looking at porn? Like,
Probably.
Damn, that's a hard
What does
question.
it mean for you?
It means that probably. I don't know. I'm saying probably not, but the type of person I am, probably. I don't know. I don't know. It depends.
Tell us who you look to for inspiration for female hip hop.
Y'all about to laugh at me. Tierra Whack is definitely up there.
Who?
Tierra Whack.
Who's that?
Okay, so y'all gotta go on YouTube and like type in Whack World. Okay. Tierra Whack. It's TIERRWHACK, and then watch it. She literally has a project. She's lit, right? She got a project, it's like minute songs. They're all bops. So she like, fuck you guys. You're gonna have to replay it over and over and over again. It's amazing. And like the visuals what really brings it to life. So she's dope and she's weird and stuff. Obviously like the greats like, you know, Missy, those type of people. Who else? I like people who aren't like necessarily rappers too. I mean, I like MIA. I
love MIA.
FKA Twigs is
I love her.
FKA Twigs is a superhuman and she can do any fucking
it makes
thing.
No sense. She's so talented.
Like, did you see that video where she was like doing some kung fu shit with a sword?
What is it? The one with the white background or no?
No, she's like in some kind of like gymnasium and she's just doing something with a sword. Like, there's nothing she can't do. She did a stripper routine. She's just amazing.
And then she did that whole like, it was like a little commercial that she did, where she was like dancing and acting.
Super cute.
It was amazing. She's dope.
I live for her. She's incredible.
Who else?
She makes me feel like I'm not doing enough with my life.
Yeah, because those type of people are like Beyonce, like superhuman. I feel like in a way, I look up to Beyonce in performance-wise because she's like always on point and she's always trying to give a show and tell a story.
But she's a Virgo, so that's just her thing.
Yeah, Virgos are like
obsessive and crazy.
My sister's a Virgo, so you said facts. You're a Virgo.
I can see it. I can see it.
Do you want to be one half of a power couple? Is that something you aspire to? For the guys listening.
Boy. Why are you trying to do this
I
right now?
know.
Be the fifth, first of all.
I mean, not everybody wants to be.
I mean, being a power couple would be cool, but like, I could be powerful by myself. But like, also, I'm not saying no. It'd be really nice to have like somebody that you just like do your shit with, like, you know what I mean? I mean, I have somebody like that right now. That's like my best friend. You know,
J.
yeah.
Crab.
So that's cool.
Potato that couldn't be here tonight.
Yeah, he
But
was
he's
like, damn, I
amazing.
should have came. I was on the phone with him when I just came in. But yeah, like, so I could take, I take that, like, you know, like, too.
You guys are like really supportive of each other, and I noticed that about you guys. Like, you're both very, you may as well have been born at the same time.
Yo,
you guys are like really close.
talking about that. It's like, same person.
Yeah, I love that. That Siamese thing.
All right, we're gonna play a little game.
Oh.
Play-by-play playlist with Rocky.
Okay.
You gotta be quick.
I'm scared.
You have a big meeting. It's important. It's business. What are you listening to get ready for it?
Fuck. Probably Push Button by Mo Mox and Astro Rock. I'm gonna say really random, like,
Yeah, like this indie shit. I've never even heard of this
Push
shit.
Button? What? You download it right now. You're gonna be like, okay, she was right.
The only Asher Off song I know is I Love College.
No, Astro Raw. He's a DJ.
Asher Raw. Okay, so there's like a difference. Okay.
You got a big date. What are you listening to?
Do you mean Afro Raw?
No, Astro Raw. He's Line Babe's DJ.
It's like Asher
Oh, Line
Raw,
Babe.
Yeah.
but like Asher Raw, like a copyright safe Asher Raw.
No. You said a date? I gotta open
A
my
big date.
music to see
It's
what-
with your other half. It's the other half of the power couple.
I'm definitely listening to like Sensual Seduction, Snoop Dogg.
I'm listening to the Flawless remix.
Okay.
This is hard.
Maybe a little like Motown to like, you know, just make sure the titties are sitting right.
Honestly.
That's what Motown does.
Yeah, Motown makes you like snatch your hair back and like make sure your posture is
Oh
good.
my God.
What would you wear for like your?
What would I wear? Okay, so.
What would you wear and what would you like play?
We still got one more on the playlist. Well, two more.
Okay, so what would I listen to is probably 2 Weeks by FKA Twigs.
Okay.
Or Kalila, that song, All the Way Down or whatever. That one's like. I don't really listen to a lot of R&B or like singing things, but if I do, like, you know.
Okay.
What would I wear? Honestly, anybody that dates me knows that I don't like to, like, I'll wear heels, but I really don't want to.
Oh my
because
God, sis.
They'll tell me, like, just don't wear the heels, please, because I don't want to hear your mouth, like.
Shout out to Lovely
Save the
Chaos, our
feet.
producer, for making me wear heels, but I have some sweatpants I'm changing into after.
But notice how Lovely Chaos is in these wonderful FENTY slides, whereas you are struggling and suffering in these Chinese binding, you know, heels. Save the feet. All the women that like look at you enviously while you get pedicures because you don't have bunions and corns, it's because you don't wear heels.
Nah,
All right, last one. You're on. I'm gonna just throw mine out there also while you look. On vacation, I'm listening to "Fuck the Summer Up" by LaKaylee 47.
Damn, I feel like I really be listening to my friends, honestly, like music. So I feel like, I don't know. I had to shout out one of my friends, Odie, like last summer. I'm probably gonna listen to that song on vacation, honestly. And also, Mouse has a song called Debbie's, and I feel like every time I go home, I'm listening to that song. So.
Debbie's? Like Little Debbie's or Debbie Thornberry?
It's like Little Debbie's, right?
Okay.
He's here. I mean, you can talk to him. Ask him.
Is it like Debbie's or Little Thornberry? Like Little Debbie's or Thornberry Debbie's? Answer my question. Mouse, what the hell? Oh.
Repeat that for
like
the
Debbie
people
is
that
whack.
are gonna listen to this.
Debbie is a whack girl that you don't want to share your cookies and milk with.
Or crayons.
Or crayons. Okay, I guess.
All right, 10 seconds each. We're gonna talk about the princess, a frog, and a prince. Give some advice to, oh my goodness. If you could give advice to Future.
Oh my goodness.
Given his, I don't want to use the word bitterness, but.
I love Future so much, and it's so
Given
hard
his recent comments about his unhappiness with how Russell and Sierra get down, what advice would you give Future?
Future, I don't even know what to say. Honestly, move on. Let her be happy. Like, the fuck, like.
No.
You fucked up. Like, it's a wrap. Like, I don't know what to tell you, sir. Find your own happiness.
Oh my goodness.
About that.
Future is basically like, you know, the evil priest of the bayou. You know, his name is Nevadius. It sounds like an evil spell. And I personally love Future. You know, like, I would definitely spend some time with Future. I feel like I could be a muse for Future. And I just want to say, you know, Sierra isn't the best that you can do. You know, you continue to do better. And if these hoes want to be turned out, you just turn them out. Like, that's just it. Just move on with your life. You know, you're not willing to be a father to Future because you named him Future. And that's just it. Like, you just have to let it go. But more is to come. And I know that. Your last album, The Wizard, it's, like, not that great. But
he had a last album?
I'm just gonna yeah, he just released
My quick 10-second advice to Future, I really felt his pain. I'm not saying I'm taking his side, but he's obviously in pain. And
salty.
our colon people is our second brain. So I think Future just needs a good series of colon cleanses and some yoga, and you will see a different Nevadius. All right. As we look to wrap up, a big hand again for Rocky Snyda. Make sure you are following her, please, on Instagram. Who is TNT is the handle for our guests previously. And again, please use the hashtag Women Talk Hip Hop just to close out. To all the girls we loved before on the show, if you listen, you know we always try to talk about someone from the past like Lil' Kim or Pam Grier and how she inspired so many female artists in hip-hop. But we also try to shout out those who may not be as mainstream or looking for a deal. So in no particular order, some of the women we've been watching their growth since we shouted them out on the show. Kimber's made besties with one of them. I'll let her say who. But No Name from Chicago, LaKaylee 47, we talked about her earlier. Lady LaSure.
We met LaKaylee.
Yes. Oh my God, we met her. Look on the page. She was so sweet.
Was there.
Rocky was there.
And she was
my
amazing.
ex-husband was there, Chef Roble.
That's your ex-husband? She like, oh my God, I can't.
He can cook. All right, so tell us about your bestie real quick.
So Baby Mother is from Tennessee. I see you. You know. I don't have to enlighten you. But Baby Mother is amazing. I am not a hip-hop person by any means, but there's something about Baby Mother. Like, every song she drops is a fucking bop. She's incredible. Her flow, her voice, it's just very enchanting. She's really down to earth. She's really chill, and I guess that's what's really the draw with her music. That she's not packaged, she's not manufactured. She has something to offer. She has lived a life that can offer you genuine and real perspective. She's just the shit, and y'all need to like listen to her. She released the Bastard Tapes Volume 1, which is so cute because like she's Baby Mother and you're a bastard. So if you like her, you're a bastard. I'm a bastard. She's amazing. Listen to her. Get your life. Get it together. That's just it.
And real quick, shout out to our closeted supporters and not so closeted. Hey, Sanaa Lathan, thank you for showing us love.
Yes.
Maul from the Joe Budden podcast. No, you couldn't make it, but thank you for mentoring us informally and showing us love. And the Jasmine brand, thank you so much.
The
for...
Jasmine brand is always lurking. Love you, girl.
So we love y'all. We are available. Well, I'm not available for art, but this girl right here with the lovely lashes does all types of art, on the spot, visual artist. I'm available for hosting, and I'm pretty sure Kimber is too. I'm available for brunch. Either you can buy me brunch or I can host your brunch. And you can send us goodies, CBD oil.
Please send me some
edibles,
weed.
whatever.
That's totally okay.
And I just want to end everything by once again thanking all of you. Y'all are amazing. Thank you for taking this journey.
Thank you so much for coming out.
This is an actual hip-hop podcast where we talk about the music and the culture, not... Well, we do talk about some ratchet shit, too, but it's really a hip-hop podcast led by women, and this is making history. And I'm so glad that these two are sitting next to me. And for this lady immediately to my left, I'm so glad that I get to share the studio with your lovely lashes.
Oh, my God.
Your house cat persona, and I'm so glad we had that tuna tartare together.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God, the tuna tartare was so good. I can't get over it. Sanfords are coming back ASAP Rocky. Like,
Oh my God.
Like, I haven't been able to eat anything and be satisfied because I haven't had tuna tartare from Sanfords.
We're going back.
You cursed
We're going
me.
back, boo. So follow us on Instagram, on Twitter. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Caster, all those streaming forms. And you gotta share with your friends. Have a Poppin Off Pink listening party. We might show up.
We're on all of the things. We don't
I'm
cost
not
any
dancing,
money.
but-
All it takes is you to use your finger. And all of you use your finger all the time, so I don't understand. Just do it. And that's it. And if you don't fuck with us, then don't. That's where I'm at.
All right. So thank you for joining us. Hopefully you caught some of this bad bitch hysteria. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much. Have a good night. Get home safe and such. These lashes are stunning, honey.
Oh, they're coming off.
Oh, no, I understand. Thank you. I understand.
I want to make it interactive.
And it was quick. You know, I feel like some questions be like dragging. You guys have a pace. And it was like,
No, like, she's super professional.
Oh. Thanks, ma'am.